Hey, welcome to Zach's Tech Turf. Today, we're gonna see if it's worth picking up a new $100 graphics card by benchmarking the RX460. A ton of you guys love my $50 version of this video, so let's try it out with the $100 graphics card. Let's get into it. Before running all these benchmarks, I wanted to also tell you guys about my PC gaming without a graphics card video. The results of this video have shocked a ton of people, and I highly suggest you check this one out as well if you haven't already. Also, I wanted to quickly introduce the rest of my testing rig for today, which is rocking an i7 4790K, not overclocked, 16GB of DDR3 RAM, and it's all installed on an MSI Gaming 5 motherboard. With these specs, the graphics card is definitely the bottleneck, which is a good thing so we can truly see what it's capable of. It may surprise you. The exact version of graphics card I'm using is the ASUS STRIX RX460 4GB version. This card actually usually sits around the $120 range, but Micro Center had a mail-in rebate which brought this card down to 99 bucks, meaning my title is fully legit. Before running the benchmarks, the graphics settings that I chose are what I personally think is the sweet spot for the RX460. For online shooters, I aim for that silky smooth 60 FPS, and for more casual games, I aim for 50 FPS so we could bump up the graphics a little bit. The first test I ran was none other than the extremely popular Overwatch. I found the sweet spot to be in 1080p on Ultra with the resolution scale locked to 100%. I averaged 67 frames per second here, and it was silky smooth. In this game, if you leave the resolution scale set to automatic, your graphics will actually fluctuate based off how your system is running, so I like to keep the resolution scale locked so you can fully expect these same results. Next up, I tested Witcher 3. I put the settings at 1080p, medium preset, and low post-processing preset. This made the game look beautiful, and I still average 50 FPS. You could crank down one or two things to get that 60 FPS, but for a game like Witcher 3, I think 50 FPS is plenty, and I'd rather it look a bit nicer, which it clearly does. Next, we went over to Battlefield 1. Here we stayed in 1080p, used medium settings, and a 100% resolution scale. This was also super beautiful and smooth, averaging 61 FPS. Keep in mind that in Battlefield 1, the huge online maps are so different from one another that your FPS could be up to 10 to 15 FPS different depending on the map. This was my average between a couple of the maps though. Next up was Grand Theft Auto 5, which also run like a dream. I benchmarked this in 1080p, all settings set to high, turned off all anti-aliasing, and turned shadows down to softest. I benchmarked this by driving as fast as I could around the city, so I really pushed it to the limit, but still averaged 66 FPS. It was amazing. The last game I benchmarked is one of my personal favorites and a game that I truly need to play more, Forza Horizon 3. I also tested this so you could see how it runs in a DirectX 12 game. In 1080p with high settings and dynamic optimization turned off, I averaged 53 FPS and the game looked insane. Keep in mind that for Forza games, I actually recommend turning on dynamic optimization because they can truly keep your FPS stable, but I turned it off for the benchmark so the graphics stay the same and we could get an accurate FPS average. And finally, for those of you that love 3D Mark benchmarking, which I certainly do, I got a 1951 Time Spy score, which is the DirectX 12 and recommended benchmark for this card. Well, that wraps up my gaming with a $100 graphics card video. This was honestly one of my favorite videos that I've ever made because the results truly shocked the hell out of me. I honestly can't believe that you can get this good of a gaming experience with a $100 graphics card. You can definitely expect me to include this card in some upcoming budget builds. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please drop a like down below to help support my channel. And as always, thank you for watching. And please subscribe for more Zach's Tech Turf videos.